Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the West Coast Wrestling Connection. I am Blake Chadwick, joined right now by Morty Lipschitz. From what I understand, Jeff Aiken will be joining us very shortly.
Where, oh where can Jeff Aiken be? Darn, do I miss him.
But we do know where Tommy Purr is. 2 weeks after making his WCWC debut, defeating Cameron Cole, he's back once again and looking as flashy as ever.
No comment.
And introducing his opponent. Making his way to the ring from Denver, Colorado, the Adrenaline, Adrian Matthews.
As the adrenaline shoots through the roof here at the Camp Withicum Armory, Adrian Matthews back in the fold. And he is looking to pick up a signature win here over Tommy Purr. We talked about Purr and Cameron.
Well, stop. Are you saying he was unfolded like an unfolded bed sheet? What's the deal here?
Nonetheless, the bell has sounded. Our opening contest this week, Tommy Purr and Adrian Matthews. But as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, Tommy Purr and Cameron Cole looking to ascend the ladder, get into the picture of the Legacy Championship. You have to think Adrian Matthews, who has been gunning for that Legacy title in excess of a year, will have to be looking for it again, but this time as a stumbling block in the form of the Sin City Kitty.
What is going on with this Sin City Kitty? You asked me last week if I knew anything about him. I still don't, but he's probably the second best dressed wrestler we have in the locker room. Watch my lips move here today.
Who would number one be?
You, of course.
Oh, I'll take that.
Classic outfit. Not as good as mine, but classic.
Top wrist lock applied by Tommy Purr in his second match here in the West Coast Wrestling Connection. And the go behind by Adrian Matthews. And Tommy Purr might like it.
I don't want to give up.
As Tommy Purr says he doesn't want to give up, and I'm not exactly sure that's what Adrian Matthews was expecting.
I don't think it's what any of us were expecting. This is a very unique wrestler here, Tommy Purr is. I'm not sure what planet he came from, but he's interesting.
At the conclusion of our show a couple of weeks ago, he was already out of the building when I tried to get a word with him. Did not see him last week, still trying to meet Tommy Purr.
Why don't you hop in the ring? I can cover for you if you want to go in the ring and meet him.
I think I'll stay right here at the broadcast location.
I absolutely don't blame you.
But a belly-to-back suplex right there.
Oh, messing up the hair.
By Adrian Matthews, showing off some of those skills as Adrian Matthews. Showing a little more flamboyant side than we're used to.
Well, I think he's trying to show Purr that he can be as flamboyant as Purr can be. We're going to have a flamboyant off here, I think.
And Morty, I think history being made this week. September 23rd on the West Coast Wrestling Connection 2017, our first ever pose off on the West Coast Wrestling Connection.
Not sure what happened there, but Matthews is out on the floor.
Matthews sent to the outside as these two trying to play mind games with each other in our opening contest. We do know tag team action will be coming down later on tonight as the Bonus Boys with Kate Carney in their corner will be taking on the former Legacy champion Remy Marcel and his tag team partner Marcus Malone. And in our main event, the Legacy title is on the line. As I talked about last week, Ricky Gibson, the brand new champion once again in his third reign, will defend against Swade Thompson.
I'm sorry, I'm watching Purr, and I'm trying to figure out. The guy has some wrestling skills, we've seen that, but I'm not sure if there's more to it than meets the eye, as somebody famous once said.
He did show off some fine wrestling ability in his debut, but now against a little bit of a tougher competitor in Adrian Matthews, gets him up and over with the suplex. Lateral press, 1, 2, and Purr is able to kick out. As the former college football player,
Purr?
No, Adrian Matthews.
Matthews. I was going to say, I know that Purr is an athlete, but I didn't think he played college football.
As Tommy Purr grabbing here at the official. And as he's not paying attention with a mule kick to Adrian Matthews. And I'm not exactly sure that the referee would keep this match going if he saw that.
Boy, Purr is angry. I would call that your basic not nice slap to the face of Matthews.
As Tommy Purr picking up the intensity here as he's driving that boot right into the throat. He has 5 seconds to break as the referee has to pull him off. And Tommy Purr right now certainly showing off a whole lot of aggressiveness.
1, 2, 3.
And now toying with the official as he's utilizing nearly all 5 seconds. But again, playing within the rules is one Tommy Purr.
He's being real aggressive, Blake. This is not what we saw the first time. Was it a couple weeks ago we saw Tommy Purr?
Yes, this is his second match here, debuted 2 weeks ago against Cameron Cole.
Much more aggressive tonight. I'm not sure what came over him.
I will concur there as Tommy Purr.
You will concur that Purr?
As Purr looking for another win here to keep the momentum rolling. Sunset flip attempt by Adrian Matthews. And Tommy Purr says not on his watch, but he misses the big splash. As Tommy Purr tries to pull himself to his feet, Adrian Matthews in the corner looks to build some momentum, goes for the big splash. Nobody home, and Tommy Purr, oh! He sends him shoulder first right to that steel ring post. No padding or protection there, Morty. And a little potch on the tuchus. 1, 2, and a 2.5.
Let's make it 2 9/10, Blake.
That was very close, but look at the look on Tommy Purr's face.
I think that kiss was for you, Blake. He's spotted you over here in the broadcast booth.
I don't know if that's what I want to be seeing just after 11 p.m. on a Saturday night. As Tommy Purr.
Well, you obviously haven't got a date tonight, so you're just kind of hanging around here with me, and we're waiting for wherever Jeff Aiken is. I have no idea.
As Jeff Aiken hopefully joining us very shortly as he's tending to some business in the WCWC. There's a bulldog out of the corner by Tommy Purr. Hooks the legs. 1, 2. And a 2.5 as Adrian Matthews barely able to hang on. But Tommy Purr certainly showing off an incredible display of moves here in his second encounter.
First encounter with Adrian Matthews, of course.
His first encounter with Adrian Matthews as he looks to pick apart the roster here in the WCWC. And Tommy Purr really picking up the intensity here, smacking him right across the face. And I wouldn't think you'd be able to get away too easily with that against Adrian Matthews, but nonetheless, Purr is in control. Purr picks him up. There's a scoop slam.
Showboating could cost him. He should know better than that. He's been around a few years, I understand, and you don't want to showboat against Adrian Matthews. It'll come back to haunt you. Or it could come back to haunt you.
Purr measuring him up here. This crowd chanting for Adrian Matthews. They're looking to give him the adrenaline spike that he needs to get back into this matchup. Tommy Purr doesn't want to hear any of it, but Purr here might be wasting his time. He charges in, oh! And he collides right with Adrian Matthews.
And again, as we both mentioned, you mentioned particularly, we've had a much more aggressive Tommy Purr here. This was not at all what we saw against his match a couple weeks ago.
Here we go, Hasman fireman's carry position, turns it in to the adrenaline spike. 1, 2, 3, and Matthews gets the win.
Your winner of the match, Adrian Matthews.
So even though the offense was unorthodox at times by Tommy Purr, Adrian Matthews was able to overcome and pick up a huge win in our opening contest this week on the WCWC.
You're saying unorthodox. Now let's talk what unorthodox really means, Blake Chadwick. I have no idea what unorthodox means. He's a wrestler. None of them have to follow a pattern or a system. He has his own system. It's not unorthodox. It may be a little different, but I don't see anything wrong with it.
Different indeed. Certainly not the traditional style of offense we're used to seeing here in the Pacific Northwest. But nonetheless, Adrian Matthews gets the win. But Morty, from what I understand, when we come back, the Vampire Warrior